Hey guys, how's it going? Thought I would basically give you a little bonus video here, just as a little extra. Some people don't have time to troll through the tweets, to dig through the tweets, and one comment, one like, everyone knows the rules. If you want to support the content and you want to support the extra work I'm putting in, there are ways to do it, and everyone that is supporting that goal and supporting me through likes, comments, subscribes, follows, you're all real bros. Let me tell you that. But yeah, I wanted today just to sort of dig out a few tweets that you might have missed, sort of chat about a few things in the game, because not everyone, again, has time to dig through tweets, dig through small conversations, and, you know, I understand it's boring, you don't want to scroll through someone's timeline, so I thought I'd pick out two things where I had an interaction with two developers, and just chat about them, give you some extra feedback. And again, if you enjoyed the video, smash a like on it, and let's just get into it. And I sort of chatted to the guy on my channel, and I said, right, which characters are they? There were specifics about Coltrane, and that Rod Ferguson had spoke that the Coltrane was ready on September the 29th. And then, obviously, like November the 6th, the developer stream, they basically announced that, oh yeah, no characters are done, nothing's finished. So there was a bit of contradiction. So I thought I'd ask Dana. I said, you stated in the developer stream that no characters are currently being hidden and can't just simply be added to multiplayer, but here in this tweet, Rod states that Cole is ready, he just needs skills. Well, can't you put him in the ranked multiplayer because you don't really need skills there? Dana responds with, they aren't hidden in the game. We have a list of characters we're currently working on that will be added to the game once they are ready, as Rod indicated. The models are only part of that process. Believe me, if we had a complete character like Cole, we would release him. And I thank him for his quick response and his, fair answer. I'll leave that up to you. I don't know how you take that. To me, it's still a little bit confusing because Rod is literally saying it's done. You just need to add an ultimate to him, but you don't need that for multiplayer. Dana here is saying that it's part of a process, it's just the model. So I don't know, take that as you want. I just thought I'd showcase that, because not everybody checks my Twitter feed constantly, apart from a few people. Next, somebody's basically posted a video that there are 18 hidden panels in the map selector, and he was sort of implying that there was 18 maps coming. Now, Ryan responded, lol, I wish. If you don't know who Ryan is the sort of multiplayer aspect of the game. So I just went a back and forth. So I won't bore you to death with everything that was said. I just basically reiterated the point on the developer blog that a few people, again, were a bit confused with. I said, you mentioned how it takes 6 months to make a new map and 6 months to remake one, but surely it's quicker to remake a map just based solely on the fact that you know how the map flows, it runs, so you don't really need to do any balance or gameplay testing of the map. Node says, bringing a map forward that was released in Gears 5 is about 4 to 6 weeks work for a team. It's about 6 months end to end to being a map forward that wasn't in Gears 4, which is the same cost as a new map. So if they want to port a Gears 4 map, I guess because it maybe uses the same tech that their current game uses, that takes 6 weeks. If they want to make a new map or bring an old map back, it takes 6 months. 6 months, I said, is a crazy long amount of time considering that most games' lifespans are like a year. Yeah, we have started way ahead of time, and we have multiple in production. You're playing on maps right now that you will. We are playing on maps right now that you will see in a year. That got me a little bit worried because now I don't know anything about production, but I still can't see how it can take as long to recreate a map when you know where every single block and where every single thing is on the map, and you know that the map flows well gameplay wise. So I don't know how it takes as long to recreate one as to think up a map, create it, test it, play test it, see if it works, and etc. But that's just me. Maybe I'm misunderstanding. I then went to speak about skill-based matchmaking because that has been a big topic. And I said I feel a lot of players dislike skill-based matchmaking and enjoy a rolling lobby of different skill because if you get every game of your same elo, it's going to make every match super try-hard like a clan match, and sometimes I want to win comfortably and relax and enjoy my gameplay, other times there are better people and I might need to try more. And he said, well, that's why we offer quick play. And to me, I said the reason, and well, this is coming from me, but maybe you agree, maybe you disagree, The reasons me and many don't play quick play is it doesn't offer the chance to start with ranked aim assist settings, nor the chance to start with a full 5v5, and there are no quick penalties and then bots just arrive. I just want a nice 5v5 with no bots and quitters, and I don't want to get thrown into a game mid-match. So he basically says, well, at some point we can let you turn off aim assist. But that doesn't really help the issue, because why would I turn off aim assist? I'm sorry, I'm just going to cough. I'm a bit ill. I'm like Logan Paul. Woke up this morning, coughed 3 times. So yeah, I was just saying, chatting back and forth really about the skill-based matchmaking and the aim assist, and it was kind of like, I said, for me, people will prefer consistency, but does feeling consistent take precedent over fair gameplay? Consistency means you're feeling good, and missing shots feels bad. So definitely having aim assist in a nice, easy to use gun is going to feel good, but it sucks to be killed by missed shots. He said, to be honest, Gears aim assist is a staple. It was intended to make console shooters feel good to play. Those interested in a high skill gap and don't care about it feeling good to shoot get it in the way you describe. Meaning, what I just said. And I said, well, let's spin it on its head. Let's spin it on its head. Let's say, okay, let's take it from this viewpoint. From your side as a developer, why do you think this current iteration of the franchise is getting bad press for its aim assist if it's always been a staple of the franchise? Surely if it's been a staple of the franchise, players should be definitely used to it. For 2 reasons. We introduced adhesion that was a little too strong at launch, and we might openly talk about aim assist. Previous games likely would have never mentioned it because players prefer to think it's all them. So that's a fair point, but also kind of like sort of backhanded point. It's basically saying that we're a company that does talk about aim assist, other companies don't, and you were probably hitting shots that you thought was you, but really it was aim assist. I just like to say, aim assist for me does make the game feel good to handle, like the Lancer does feel grippy and nice, but I think it's slightly off in the shotgun. Maybe it's slightly too wide, or the gib range is too forgiving. Like sometimes you definitely feel like you missed and it just clips him. So at the start you begin to feel satisfied, and then you sort of second guess yourself and you think, did I really land that shot? And to me that's a turn off, because over time you start to think, did I really hit that shot? Am I hitting these headshots? Am I doing that? And you start to question your own skill, and then it all starts to feel a bit meaningless, because you're like, am I even doing this? We then led into the topic of, I think, Gears 1. He said, I think Gears 1 leading gave you a type of skill that doesn't exist anymore. And this is why when I put out that tweet that gained a load of traction and aka drama, when I said Node Zero really understands the franchise, this is what I was talking about. I'm not saying he has a long-term goal for the franchise, or he has a specific incredible philosophy about where we should take the franchise. I'm just saying on a fundamental level, the guy gets Gears. Like, he gets leading in Gears 1. He gets the fact that if the gib range is massive, there's less range to sort of maneuver, so the gradual nature of downs of 3 shot down, 2 shot down, 1 shot down, blah blah blah. It can't be like that. It has to be more sudden. So it's kind of like gib, nothing, like 98%, 2 shot down, 8 shot down, because there's no room to maneuver. And that's what I was talking about when I was saying he gets the franchise. I think a few people misinterpreted that. So yeah, he was saying that Gears 1 leading gave you a type of skill that doesn't exist anymore. I'm pretty sure there is also friction and magnetism in there, but I'll have to go back and look. So when I tested it, if you do a 360 and you're looking at a player that stood still, there's a slight amount of friction. Friction is as you move around and your camera goes across that stationary player, it slows down, so you can spin and then it's slightly slow. Now the slow in is ever so slight in Gears 1. There's a very slight amount of friction. And also, leading only existed really due to lag. So I can't say bring lag back, but it indirectly and sort of accidentally made the game sort of have like physics, kind of like a Battlefield bullet drop, and a skill to adapt into certain connections was definitely a thing. Like, you would be like, oh, this is sort of kind of laggy. It's kind of like a 1 second delay. So I'll lead the torque bow here. I'll sort of lead the sniper. I'll lead my shotgun, etc. Or I'll melee a bit earlier because I know he's going to take a little bit of time to slide to that cover and he can't cancel. So there's a whole lot of reading of the game and mind games and connection-based stuff that, yeah, realistically probably can't function in a game today. But I thought I'd just catch you up on a few things that I've been discussing, because not everybody has chance to sort of run through a load of tweets and dig out some stuff. So yeah, when I'm not making videos, I do try to interact with the community as best I can. Sometimes I'll get a response, sometimes I won't. This was a great interaction. So I just wanted to say, yeah, if you enjoy this type of work that I'm putting in and you want to support, there are ways to support on the content production goal. It just basically, because the channel is completely effed up to do with ads and all that, it just helps me sort of put out content, and then if the community feel that sort of month's content has been worthwhile, you can support towards the goal that I've set. I don't really want to do a Patreon because I'm not sure how consistent I'll be and if my content's worth it. So what I end up doing is I end up saying, here's the goal that, you know, I've set, and I've made the month's content, and then after that you say you support me. That way you know what you're supporting. You're already supporting content that's come out. That way you're not giving money to a Patreon and hoping the content's good. It's kind of like a fairer way to do it, I think, and I appreciate everyone that's liking, commenting, supporting. One comment, one like, everyone knows the rules, because it just helps gain traction to the channel, and when there's more people talking, it gives me more ideas to talk to developers like this. You know, because I probably wouldn't have brought up the tweet to Dane, etc. So skill-based matchmaking for me is something I really dislike, just because everything gets incredibly sweaty, and every little sort of, how do I say, every single advantage you can find gets exploited and pushed to the limits. If the Lancer is ever so slightly too strong and you're in a high elo game, everyone is going to do that thing. There's no chill, and some will say, oh, you just want easy games, and it's not like that. It's not that I want easy games. All I want is a nice lobby that's full with ranked competitive settings, good maps, good weapon spawns and swaps, and just 10 people, you know, brawling on gears. That's all I want. I don't want to enter into some sort of budget clan match without the sort of necessary tools to make it actually sweaty. It's kind of like artificial sweat. It's just people playing for this virtual rank with a ranking system that's not that great, and it just, to me, that's not what Gears is about. Gears is about getting online, good maps, good weapon swaps, full lobby, trying to basically land good sort of flashy shots, and as that's going on, you might think about the win because you want to win. Not really, I have to win this game, like, if I lose this round, I'm going to lose 5-4, and that's going to end the game, and I'm going to lose elo, so shit, I better melee this guy down because I'm going to lose. That's what ends up happening. In your 1v1s, you're thinking, right, I better not die to this guy in any way because I need to stay alive to carry to get the elo. So, shit, he's pushing me, right, he's full red melee lancer, smoke tag, you know, flashbang, whatever it may be. You'll do anything to win. And Gears, for me, has never been that game, and I think the big portion of the community dislike that. Like, if you want to get super sweaty and you want to get super skilled and all that, then you can sort of head into a private scrim or a tournament or a wager game or something, right? You can step it up a level. But for me, the difference between ranked and casual is way too big. Like, casual is completely, like, dreadful. Ranked is, like, at the moment with skill-based matchmaking, if you get against a good team, like, really sweaty. And I don't mind the odd sweat match, but when every game is sweat, you're not thinking, hey, I'll sign on Gears and have a bit of a good evening. It's like, do I want to sign on Gears and get crossed by 5 people? Again, my point is, I think there should only be 4 people in Gears. It should be 4v4. It gives you way much greater maneuverability around the map. There's less people, there's less crossing, there's less weapons getting picked up. It just gives you that room to breathe and play, and I've always been 4v4. I don't know if you'll notice this, but if you've ever played the Gears 5, when someone quits out, you'll notice that, like, tempo drop, that level of crossing, everything slightly drops by that one person because it makes a huge difference. If you've played in a 4v4, yeah, it's like, it feels empty, right? But that's what Gears used to feel like. You're kind of just taking your ones, you're taking your single battles. So anyway, yeah, I thought I'd just catch you up to date with that. So hope you enjoy that video.